Alright, what is up guys? Losermaniac here, and welcome back to another video. Today, if you can tell by the title, I got two things I want to talk about. These aren't like personal things, these are just things I've noticed. First off, I want to start off with like something really small, because more likely I probably won't go on a tangent about the second half. I probably won't go on a tangent as much as I will with the second half a little bit. Now this isn't me just like being like all uppity and idiot or defending anyone. So throughout the whole video, if you feel like I'm defending someone, don't. I'm just really freaking confused. So the first thing I am confused with is anime fans. Now, let me explain something real quick. If you are a fan of anime, I don't care, alright? You can like whatever you like. If you want to watch some video, or if you want to watch some show about some squid man fighting a gigantic robotic mech from space, you can do that. If that's your favorite show, I don't care. I may not get it, but you like what you like, you know? I've tried watching anime, it just didn't appeal to me. Granted, I probably watched the wrong one. I watched High School DxD because I was a massive perv in like 6th grade. Well, I still am, but I'm not that much of a perv where like pervy anime shows appeal to me. Even though back then it did, and I wasn't interested in it. Probably because I'm not into like the whole action. There's like a lot of these anime that I know of. There's like a lot of action. I'm not into the action part of it. I don't know. Like what I don't know what would be a good anime for me if there is such a anime out there for me. But what confuses me the most is, like, I go on YouTube and I watch like all these like clips. I watch like all these like random clips and whatnot, and then every now and then it is learned that they are like into anime, which is fine. But then one of the things you would get is like, but there was this one dude I was watching. I was watching like some of his clips and whatnot of like random moments from like TikToks or whatever. And then and if you know anything about YouTube, is that if you watch one video by one person, all of a sudden you get community updates from them. So I think nothing of it, you know. It makes sense, you know. They think I'm just interested in the person, so whatever. But this person, I forgot the name. Probably it doesn't matter. But the person asked, "Do you like anime?" And there was like it was a simple yes or no question. And I look and I check the comments, and a lot of these comments are people who say they don't like anime are lying. And look, I can take a joke, alright? I know when it's a joke and when it's serious for the most part. Sometimes I'll just be like, oh, is this a joke? I want to make sure it's a joke. But I won't comment like, huh, be fucking serious, bro. Like, I'm, like, maybe back then I would have been like, bro, like, you're taking this shit way too seriously. But now I'm just confused. Do people who watch anime, please, if you're watching this, let me know. Whenever you say like, people who watch anime, who say they don't like anime are lying, are you genuinely serious whenever you say that, or are you joking? I understand that maybe it's different for some people, like, oh, whenever I say it, I'm joking, or whenever I say it, I'm serious, but other people could be joking. I'm legit serious. If you don't like anime, you are lying. If you say you don't like anime, you are lying. But, and I'm not hurt. I get it. You know, people like anime. That's fine. I'm probably the 1% people that's in my generation that doesn't like anime, doesn't watch it. I say 1% because I'm not a mathematician. It could be more, it could be less. But for the most part, a lot of these people who are like around my age range don't likes anime, but it doesn't really appeal to me a whole lot. That's it. But Yeah, I'm just confused. Like, do you people really take anime that seriously, or is it just a joke? I want to make sure, because if you guys are serious, that is a ridiculous thing to be serious about. Like, I know seriousness because I have heard of K-pop stans before. Those people are ridiculous. Um, but if you're legit serious, why do you believe? So to those people who are legit serious about, like, people who say they don't like anime are lying, why do you believe this? I'm I'm genuinely curious about this stuff. Like, I need answers right now. Yeah, and then so the next thing I want to talk about, which has me so much confused, is what is up with Keemstar's Twitters? Not Twitters, Twitter. And by that, I don't mean like what he posts as a whole. Like, he's a 40-year-old. He's like a 39-year-old man, almost 40. He can do whatever he wants. You know, he's his own man. But if you look at the people replying to him, it's either memes, ratios, or people bringing up shit that happened recently, with involving him. If you guys don't know, he dated a 20-year-old female. Now, he's 39, so it's pretty standard. I think I mentioned this in, like, the things I don't like about Twitter video, where the thing I don't like is in regards to Keemstar, and the people who, like, comment on his tweets, is that they would bring up shit that just makes absolutely no sense, and they will cancel you for anything. Like, if, for example, if I was dating a 17-year-old, and I'm 17, let's just paint the picture here, alright? Let's say I'm 17 and I'm dating a 17-year-old. We're about the same age, alright? And then overnight, I turn 18 and I become, like, the biggest name ever. Like, I am, like, the #1 most popular person ever. You know, I don't have, like, those fans that will, like, do everything for me, but I'm pretty high up there. I'm pretty much in the status of, like, celebrity. Like, let's say, hypothetically, that happens. And people know for a fact that I was 18 and dating a 17-year-old. People will find that creepy because I am a legal age adult across the board dating a 17-year-old. If we put, like, the different age of consent aside from, like, different states, if we put those aside and just focus on the fact that I'm 18 dating a 17-year-old, based off that description, it may not seem weird because I was 17 when I started dating her, but then now I'm 18. Or let's say I am 18 dating a 17-year-old, but she's only a few months younger than me, which means that by the time we were dating, a few months from now, she's going to be 18. Yes, it seems weird that, like, as an 18-year-old, I started dating a 17-year-old, but it's perfectly fine because by the time she was born, I was still a few months old. Like, if I was born in, like, February and she was born in, like, June, then I have the upper hand. I'm a bit older than her by a few months. People would still find that creepy, and that's the situation that's going on with, like, Keemstar, is that they go from 0 to 100 real quick, because, like, by the time, they always bring up the fact that, like, by the time she was born, he was 20 years old, which is weird to think about, but it's perfectly fine, you know, she's 20, she's a legal age across the board, so there's nothing wrong with it, but people were constantly bringing it up and call him a pedophile. Now, look, I can kind of understand where they're coming from. Don't get me wrong. I understand where they're coming from. You know, it's creepy that he's dating someone almost half of his age. But the problem is that... What was I getting at here? He's not a pedophile. If he was a pedophile, then she would have had to have been 17, and he would have been the same age as he is now. So basically, the only thing that changes is that she's 17. Then he would be like a pedophile. But she's not. She's 20. And people still refuse to see this because they hate Keemstar that much. Do people not know that you can just ignore people? Like, Twitter is one of those... It's like that person that, like, hates you for, like, everything you did. which is me 90% of the time. Um, if you do like one minor thing, they would hate you for like the rest of your life. If you accidentally stepped on your dog's if you went to a friend's house and you accidentally stepped on his dog's tail, on your friend's dog's tail, and then like you like pet it and whatnot, you feel bad because you stepped on the dog's tail. Now you are no longer best friends, and he wishes you got cancer. A bit of an understatement. I don't know why, or that's a bit dramatic. I don't know why I made it a he, but whatever. It just seems weird that like, and it's everywhere on Keemstar's Twitter. It doesn't matter the topic. It could have been about nothing. It could have been about the fact that he could have posted a video that's of like him saying that he's deleting his channel. And like it should be like a celebratory thing for some people, but they would go out and say like, oh, you should have deleted your channel the moment you started dating that 20-year-old, you pedophile. Like, come on. You can't win with Twitter, and especially if you're Keemstar. Now look, I watch his Twitter videos, I follow him on Twitter, so this isn't me defending him. I'm not saying he's perfect. He's no way saying he's perfect. Although, he believes that everyone in Gen Z is perfect, I think, which is not true. I'm far from perfect. Look at me. I look like I just washed up on the... I look like I came out of an exploding whale. Like, that's how that's how bad I am. So to say that all Gen Z is perfect is just not true. But it just confuses me as to why these people will, like, harken on that... Or not harken, because that's a character from Mass Effect. It just bothers me that people will hark on that one thing for the rest of their life. Like, it doesn't affect them. Unless they were in that similar situation, then it shouldn't affect them. If they weren't in that similar situation, why the fuck do you care? Do you know of anyone who is in that situation? No? Then shut the hell up. I get it, it's creepy and whatnot, but at the end of the day, they're both legal adults. Plus, not to mention the fact that people still mention, like, anytime he talks about, like, when he talks shit about someone who's openly racist, they would bring up the fact that, he called someone the N-word. He called Alex the N-word, like, years ago, like, back when I was a little kid. And, look, maybe I don't get it, because I don't get offended as easily, so maybe that's probably why. But, and again, this isn't me defending him, because this wasn't the intention. The intention was just to talk about it. But the thing is that if Keemstar makes like one anti-racist policy, or like donates one, like all of his net worth to like some anti-racist charity that is known to help people who are, or that is like pretty beneficial to like anti-racist communities or whatever, or like it helps like people who need it the most get the help, or not the help, but they just help people who are being objectified based off like their color, or they're being mistreated based off the color of their skin. If Keemstar were to donate all of the money, all of his net worth to that charity, people would be livid at it because of the fact that he called someone the N-word like 20 years ago. It wasn't 20 years ago, but it was, I think, 12 years ago? Around that. But it was like years ago. People would bring up that video and be like, oh, now you're doing it. You should have done it whenever you called Alex the N-word. It's like, really? Look, he's doing it now. You need to back off. Like, I'm so confused by why are people like this? Maybe I'm just not understanding it. Maybe it's just because I'm very, like, easy forgiving. Like, I forgive people pretty easily, even though I probably shouldn't. But I do anyways, just because I don't know. I'm a pushover, I guess, if that's the word you'd use. But I'm so confused, and it's everywhere. Don't believe me? If you have a Twitter, go to Keemstar's account, and like go to Keemstar's Twitter. If you're not blocked by him, he blocks a lot of people. And just keep scrolling. Just scroll and then stop your finger on a tweet of his and then tap the messages, you will see a whole bunch, or you will see, I guarantee you, 1 or 2 people bringing up the fact. Sorry, I just spit everywhere. 1 or 2 people bringing up the fact that he was dating a 20-year-old. It is ridiculous. Why? What are you trying to gain from bringing up the fact that he dated a 20-year-old? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to I don't get it. It's so... What's worse is that he doesn't do it. I don't think that's worse. What's worse is that I don't know if it's getting worse or better, but it makes no sense. I don't get it. Why? To all these people who are commenting on Keemstar's, talking about, oh, he's a pedophile. Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you commenting on his tweets, talking about it? I'm so confused. I need answers. I just need to know why. Why is it that big of a deal? What were you dating some 40-year-old? What are you, some 40-year-old who can't get a 20-year-old? What's going on? I don't get it. What are you, some 17-year-old who thinks that it's creepy? It's not. It's not creepy. It's not that creepy. If it was creepy, it would be creepy if he was dating someone your age. But he's dating a 20-year-old. It's fine. Maybe I don't get it because my favorite guitarist from the 70s is dating someone like triple his age, or like that's like younger than him by like 3 times. Like I'm legit serious. Like I know, like I don't know. I don't get it. And maybe it's just, and again, maybe it's just because I've never been on that boat of like, I've never really dated, first of all, anyone, period. But 2, I've never really dated someone that's like 10 times older than me. So that would be like, I'd be dating someone that's like 200 years old. Never mind. I've never dated someone that's like 4 times older than me. Close to that. Or I guess 2 times older than me. So maybe I just don't understand. But it would make more sense if he was taking advantage of her. That would be a different story, but he wasn't. He was just living his life. Then at that point I would say it's pretty weird if like he was taking advantage of her, but he wasn't. To my knowledge, I barely paid attention to Twitter. I was barely on Twitter around that time, but I do know for a fact that Keemstar wasn't 1, taking advantage of her, and 2, a pedophile. He's not. That's all I know, is that Keemstar wasn't a pedophile and that he wasn't taking advantage of her. I don't get it. But again, maybe I'm not seeing it properly, which is fine. I'm just confused as to why people make it that big of a deal for them that they would comment and like commented on everything he does. Like even saying like he's going homeless or whatever, like it's a serious thing, and he's like, if he was being homeless and that he was gonna like sell everything, he could have been like, yeah, that's what you like, instead of being like appreciative or whatnot, or like just being sympathetic or whatnot, just being like a tiny bit of a nice human being and feeling bad for someone, they'd be like, yeah, well, that's what you get for being a pedophile. No. I'm confused. Anyways, I'm just gonna leave this episode here before I stretch this video out another minute talking about the same shit that I should have closed off on 5 minutes ago. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below. I don't know. I told you guys to comment down below if you're an anime fan, if you take that whole shit seriously or not that I talked about anime. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you do hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification to be notified as to when I upload, because I don't have a schedule, so I may upload like a week from now or 2 weeks or maybe a month from now. I don't know. That's just how my schedule is. Because I have no idea when I'm going to be home alone. And if you want to support this channel even more, share this video with your friends, or not this one, other videos I have. I talk about gaming and whatnot. For the most part. Every now and then I do talk about stuff like this, but it's mostly gaming stuff. Because I'm addicted to gaming. And yeah, Losing Manic out.